Welcome back to our third episode of Cafecito Corner. I needed that sip today. What are you drinking today, Edward?
Same thing as last week. Macadamia nut.
You just don't change it, do you?
No, the cold brews are strong. They rewire me.
Yeah, I can't do that. I got literally the same thing as last week. My regular schmegular iced coffee with 2 pumps of vanilla and a light splash of cream.
No classic.
No classic, because that's way too much sugar.
Yep.
Can't do that much. We're watching our sugar intake today.
Just today.
Just today. Let's get into our peak and pits of the week. Do you want me to start first?
Go for it.
Alrighty. I won't promise. I won't tell you when I'm going to finish with my peak and pits. We might be 30 minutes in, but it's all right. I would probably say my peak was watching the movie Flash.
That was your peak?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
You fell asleep.
I fell asleep for 10 minutes and then I woke up and then the action was happening. It was pretty good. It was not, I didn't know it was going to be 3 hours.
It was like 2:15.
Yeah, you did not tell me that.
Yeah.
I fell asleep.
That was one of the better DC movies.
It was really good. I thought it was a Marvel movie. I had no idea, but it was pretty good.
Have you seen any Batmans or anything before?
Batman, no. I have not seen Batman. Wait, actually, yeah, I feel like I have.
Yeah. I mean, because this was some of the best Batman action, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. It was pretty good, but I don't know, the last few movies we've been watching at the movie theaters, I just fall asleep. I don't know.
Or cry.
Oh, yeah. So I fall asleep and then I wake up and start crying.
Yeah.
I was crying yesterday. Everyone's like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, I'm serious. Are you kidding me?
You just woke up and like got back into it.
I
like,
literally
I'm like,
woke up and I was like,
crying?
I had no idea what was going on, but I was still crying.
I mean, it was emotional scenes, but
yeah, it was pretty good. I was very surprised. I was into it. And usually I can say that was one of my pits was that the movie theater didn't have my dibs.
You do love your dibs.
Yeah, they didn't have my dibs.
I don't know what that was about.
That was really rude, actually. And I was like, I'm not going to have dessert all day because I was waiting for me to enjoy my dibs at the movie theater with my little popcorn. And nothing.
No.
Which sucked. But honestly, I feel like I started getting more into dibs after Kim Kardashian.
After she spoke about him? Wasn't it like on a date with Pete
Davidson?
Oh my.
She's like, my guilty pleasure is dibs. And honestly, they're so bomb.
No, they're pretty good.
No, they're really good.
Yeah. They used to have these Butterfinger ones because those are crunch. They used to have Butterfinger ones. They're not that good, but I remember those were pretty busy.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, did they have them when you worked at the theater?
Yeah. Oh. That's when they started introducing half of that menu.
Yeah. The Toll House cookies are really bomb too.
Yeah, their cookie sandwiches are bomb.
I just wasn't in the
Sometimes
mood.
they bring like an Oreo one or like a M&M.
Ooh,
the M&M one's pretty fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be down for the M&M.
They're just so many calories. Like it's not even
Maybe
funny.
it was a sign from God telling me not to have some dibs.
Well, that would be sad if God was sending signals to stop eating.
But don't
worry.
Next
is lightning.
And then probably my other peak. I'm sorry, I'm getting confused. My other peak was happy hour with the gals. Happy hour with the girls.
Oh, you went this week, huh?
Yeah.
Monday?
Yeah.
Or Tuesday?
I think it was Monday.
I think it was.
You had FOMO. You wanted to go with us.
No, I think what did I do?
Probably just stayed home and game.
Yeah, that's what I did. It was so quiet.
You loved it.
I had Snoopy on one leg, Rosie on the other.
No.
And
yeah, so
it was a calm night.
We got happy hour with the girls. I feel like it's so hard to get everybody scheduled lined up because everybody has such a crazy schedule.
Yeah.
But we were able to do it and it was good. We had some bruschettas and wine.
And no one likes Mondays, so that probably brought some light to the Monday.
That I think, yeah. But it actually gets super crazy with people, so we had to go a few hours
busy?
before. Oh. Yeah, I think happy hour starts at 8 and we got there like at probably 7 and stayed there till like 8:30 to get the happy hour. It's a little trick that we do.
When your bill comes at 8,
we don't order until 8:30. We don't order until 8.
Wow. That is just
We just get like some sodas and stuff. No, I think we got there like at 7:45, and then we didn't order food and drinks till like
an hour
8.
of complimentary chips and salsa. Yeah,
I
that
would have kicked us out.
that's not a hack. That is
I would have kicked
what
us
was that
out.
called? Loitering, I think. I don't know.
No, but we ended up getting the whole menu after. But yeah, that was fun. And then we got some ice cream after and just hung out. Like,
A bunch of you guys made it out. That was pretty
yeah,
cool.
it was good. And then we didn't notice, and it was like 5 hours later. We're like, yeah, we should probably go home now.
Yeah, usually like you're able to meet up with like one or two, but like this time
It
a
was
good
the
chunk
whole,
made it out. Yeah.
It was the whole clique. So
Yeah.
that was good. Some just a happy hour to start the week. That was really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, those were my 2 peaks of the week, probably movies and happy hour. But my pit was definitely trying to figure out what I was going to buy my dad for Father's Day, because you know my dad.
Yeah, that gets complicated.
That man has everything that you
Yeah.
could think of.
And if he wants something, he buys it within 35 seconds. So
Yeah, he buys it for himself, which is so annoying because he doesn't wait for a holiday or his birthday. He just buys it. He literally buys things and then forgets he bought them. And then he's like, oh, yeah, I have that. I'm like, damn.
yeah.
Must be nice.
Yeah, no, he's
He's
definitely tough to shop for.
He's so complicated to shop for. But he recently started working out more, and I knew that he like needed some gym clothes. So we got him some gym clothes and a couple of things that he needed.
He'll like that.
He buys himself technology, but when it comes to clothes, I think he just forgets. And
To dress himself?
yeah.
Like when he leaves the house?
Care. Like he just has like so much that he just like, he doesn't really care, but like gym clothes he needed, so we got him some of that stuff. But I was stressing trying to figure out what to buy him. And I literally asked you, I was like, what do I buy my own dad? I love how I asked you. Yeah. And you literally helped me too.
I don't know.
You're a good gift giver. So I always ask you, what should I get this person? You always have an answer.
I think that, yeah. The thing about gifts is like, you kind of have to put thought into them. Because otherwise it just looks like you bought something. I've always had a saying. If you're not gonna put a thought into a gift, you kind of have to make it up by buying something expensive.
Oh, so you're saying if you're not going to put effort, like make something, it has to be expensive?
If you want it to be a good gift.
Yeah, obviously.
It has to go either way.
Yeah.
Like if you're running last minute, get something expensive. It's always going to be a good gift.
And then it'll cover the thought of it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to go on the cheap route or cheaper, like let's say I go, oh, Brandon wants a bag. If I start looking 3 months ahead, I'll probably find a sale of a cool bag.
Or you could DIY it and make it.
Yeah.
And then the thought of that would be like, it would go way further.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, but also like, you would know the thought of it if I looked for it for so long and finally found the color. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, the thing is, you love to, like, if my birthday's coming up, you shop 6 months before, and I am a last person kind of person.
Like your birthday's in July, I'll probably start asking about April.
Yeah, and I'm not like that. I'm like last minute. But the thing is, like with that, you don't get stressed out. You find really good gifts, and they're on sale. So I wish I was more like that.
Yeah, and not only that, but like it also gives me time that if you switch your mind, like I'm like, oh, okay, so she didn't want that. Like I can still return it. Because like there's times that like you'll be like, oh, I want something, and it was like a 30-day thing that you didn't want it. So if you talk about it long enough, by like if you start mentioning it in April, and it's still a thing like June 1st, I'm gonna order it because like.
Or I say things throughout the year, and I'm like, oh my god, I really want this, and you probably note it down.
Yeah.
And I wish I would do that with you, because when Christmas or your birthday comes around, I struggle. But throughout the year, you're always telling me, buy me this. Probably once a day, you're telling me, buy me this.
I don't say that.
Probably once a day.
Just because I watch that stuff
He's
doesn't mean I'm asking you for it.
But honestly, I should be writing it down, because then Christmas would be so easy. I just stress out.
I'm just looking at things online.
But you buy it. See, you're like my dad. You buy yourself stuff, which don't buy yourself things.
Okay, but also like you're not a person to like note.
I'm not. I'll come
That's what I'm
up
saying.
with
So
a random.
if I'm like, oh, actually, I'm not gonna buy myself this because Brie will get to it. You're not gonna get to it.
You're right. You're right.
So I'll just buy myself whatever.
Moral of the story: I need to be better at getting gifts for people in advance.
I just personally think that if you care about a person, you're gonna have to try.
Uh,
No, you do. Like, think about it.
no. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Like, I'm like, you know how bad it would look if I just like July 23rd is your birthday and July 22nd I'm at the mall.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly wouldn't care, but
Nah,
you would just have to show up with a Louis, and we would
now.
be okay.
No, that's what you say now.
We would be okay
Because you have me that plans ahead. But
Yeah.
if I was a guy that I was like, July 22nd comes around, you're like, let's go have lunch because my birthday's tomorrow. I'm like, no, I gotta go look for a gift for you.
Yeah,
No, it would totally bother you.
I know, because I'm like, then he doesn't care. He's not putting in effort.
Exactly.
Wow.
Or, yeah, just think of any holiday. Like,
Are you saying that because I do that?
I would say you're pretty good at it now.
Yeah.
At the beginning, you were horrible.
I'd be like, day of, we're going to Target
Yeah.
and getting him socks.
Yeah, or I don't know. I genuinely think it would bother you.
It would bother me, but now, like this Christmas, I got gifts like months in advance, and
Yeah.
let me tell you, or you just buy extra gifts, like stuff that's on sale, like a candle pack, lotion pack when it's on sale in November, September.
Even for our employees, we ended
Yeah.
up getting their bags. Like, I mean, we had like 15 at the time.
Yeah,
So I'm like, I'm not about to buy 15 gifts last minute.
yeah,
So I think we ordered them like,
literally in August.
but I know we got those like in October, and like, yeah, we just stored them.
Yeah,
But
and that was nice because that was like 15 gifts that we had to think about, and I was stressing about that.
yeah, I think the hardest is like when we go out for like your birthday or something, like we'll travel, and then I gotta bring the gift along. Mm-hmm. That's probably the hardest because like we go 3-4 days before, and I'm like, how do I?
Oh, like
hide
on
this?
a trip?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how do I hide this or something? I don't know.
Yeah. So that's kind of the moral of the story, people. Probably get your gifts before so you don't stress.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was definitely my pit, was figuring out my dad's gift. And then probably this heat that we are now getting in Arizona. It is heating up. I think we hit 100 yesterday.
Yeah, 104.
Oh, God.
So bad.
And you know what? In my car, I can definitely tell because my car is all windows. So the inside of it was getting hot. So I like had to turn it on before. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have to.
It's a little fishbowl.
Yeah, I'm going to have to remember.
If you wore that shirt in there, you look like a goldfish.
Literally, I
Yeah.
would look like a goldfish with the lips and everything.
Yeah.
So I have to like remember to put my sunshade on every time and turn my car on before if it's outside. Like I have a whole process. You got to have a towel in the car seat if you're wearing shorts because then you're going to burn yourself with the leather seats. It's a whole process.
Yeah, Arizona's no joke.
Yeah. And
You
it's
can
like
even
that.
you can't even accidentally touch the seatbelt buckle.
Oof. No.
That's a 3rd degree on the spot.
But you know what? We all had to learn that at some point.
Yeah.
I would say July. Well, June, July, August are probably the worst months.
July's got to be the worst.
Yeah, my birthday month.
But that gives you an excuse to be by the pool.
Yeah, last year
Or
we
leave.
did or leave.
Yeah.
I know.
Like
Go to
somewhere.
Denver. Last year we did a pool thing for my birthday. And it was
Yeah, it was last year.
the water. It was like a resort and the water was burning hot. Like it wasn't like
Yeah.
you went in the water to cool down.
It
like
was not refreshing.
it was not refreshing. It was so hot.
Yeah.
And there was no shades either because if you wanted the shades, you'd have to reserve them. You have to pay extra. It was crazy.
Scottsdale's annoying.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll probably keep it chill this year just because this heat, it's bad.
We can do a little birthday pinata at your parents.
No, I stay away from piñatas.
Because you always get hit in the face? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have a thing with piñatas. Me and piñatas don't get along because
Pinata sticks.
piñata sticks. Yeah.
The
Not the
piñatas get
piñatas
along.
attacking me, but 1 year my brother was whipping that stick around real fast.
It broke, right?
Yeah, and I think it was a broomstick. So the top of it, that little plastic top, popped because he was like whipping it around. And out of 80 people that we were outside and we were all spread out, I was so far. Guess what?
It hit you.
Hit me right in the nose.
You are a like
Accident
you're just a
prone.
magnet, like a magnet for like getting hit in the face.
I'm accident prone.
Yeah.
Literally.
We need to get you good insurance.
I know.
Or you're gonna leave Snoopy and Rosie
I need to.
in the dumps.
And you're not going to take care of them.
I'll get them a nanny.
I'm dead. Yeah. So I just literally couldn't believe out of all those people, I was the one that got hit.
And you guys were all in a circle too. It like chose you.
Yeah, it chose me that. God chose me that night.
Yeah.
And then what was the other time I got hit?
I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah. So no piñatas. Definitely. No. But what was your peak of the week?
Peak was probably The Flash.
The movie too?
Yeah. I haven't seen a good DC movie in a long time. Marvel ones are good. They're kind of getting worse now. But that one was good. I really like Batman, and it had a lot of good Batman action. Besides that, it's really hard to find good seafood around here. Like, super hard.
And that's your favorite.
Yeah, I love seafood. And I'll randomly... It's also expensive, so like maybe once a month I'll go try a place to see if I find a new spot to go to. And there's one place I found, but it's like a 7 out of 10. Mm-hmm. But then one of the guys that we hired...
Oh, at Frutti.
Yeah, he throws down. And I could just tell because sometimes like he's gifting me like salsas or like, you know, things he prepares. Or like he's like, hey, I brought you like some tuna I made.
He's just trying to get them brownie points with you.
No, well, he used to do that for a living. So he's like, yeah. I made some. And when I told him that I love it, I think he just brings me some now. I mean, maybe he is, but I don't know. And
he's like, we got to sweeten up the boss.
Yeah. He's like, maybe he'll give me time off.
Imagine.
But so I asked him, I'm like, do you still sell or anything? He's like, yeah, but I only do cater packages. I'm like, you don't like seafood. Like, no one really likes seafood that I know. And like, he only does like a 5 to 7 person one.
It's a big platter. Like,
yeah. So I told my cousins because they do. And then, yeah, so we bought it. And that was by far like, if not a 10 out of 10.
Heaven.
Yeah. If not a 10 out of 10, it was at least a 9 out of 10.
Oh my God.
So I have not had seafood like that in a long time. So that was pretty cool.
You probably dug in. I'm glad I wasn't there to
That's
see
actually when I ended up getting my dad, and then I think we ended up ordering one for your dad because like it was just that good because they love seafood too.
Yeah, that's gonna be one of my dad's gifts.
Yeah,
is the seafood platter.
And it'll be cool because like my dad can enjoy it with like us, and then I'm sure your dad can enjoy it with everyone but you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be sitting very far away because even the smell is so gross to me.
It doesn't smell like anything because it only smells like lime.
But so he made a clamato juice.
Yeah.
That
was bomb.
So good. And I thought it had like seafood juice in it. And I was like, you need to tell me if it has seafood juice.
No.
But literally the best thing on earth. And I'm like, God, if I like this clamato, I'd probably like seafood. But
he puts that on the
I don't know.
Cocktails and stuff like the shrimp cocktail and all that.
Maybe when I'm older, like 40, I'll just,
lose your taste buds.
No, like just say, you know what? I'll just try it.
I just don't understand why you don't just give it a shot and you go, okay, nah, didn't
I
like
just
that.
think I've gone through life so long without trying it that I'm like, at this point, why would I even?
Because like you don't know if it's good or not.
But sometimes
like
it's okay not knowing.
Yeah. So I don't know. But when I talk seafood, that's like cold seafood, like, fresh. There's pretty good like hot seafood places around here.
Hot seafood?
Yeah, like for my probably another peak is like all my cousins. We have a bunch of cousins in town right now, and we all went to Angry Crab. But there, the seafood is hot, and it's like that boil in that bag, and they throw potato, corn, whatever you want in there.
Yeah, you were like, "Do you want to come?" I'm like, "Nope, I'm good," because I feel like even the smell.
My sisters went, and like Emily doesn't really eat that stuff, so she didn't even have any. So
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
But the potatoes and the corn look good though.
Yeah.
I would be down just to have that.
I mean, but it's marinated with everything.
Oh.
Yeah, they just throw it all in a bag and they give you like gloves and a.
But what
and a
would you
bib.
rather have, like cold seafood?
Cold seafood, 100%.
Than like the hot angry crab?
Yeah, cold seafood all day, but I will never throw down like a. There's in particular like soups, like seafood soups that I love. Like when I go to my Ensenada, like they have like it's not clam chowder, but there's another type of clam soup. Bomb. I love clam chowder. There's stingray, like stingray meat. They put in a boil as well. Your dad makes some as tacos. That's pretty good too, and it's hot. You throw it on the disc and like you basically cook it on a disc. But when you go to Mexico, like usually it's in a soup style, and that's pretty fire.
Yeah, you always tell me that you're like, we should go to Ensenada to get the tacos, but I'm like,
I personally think that you wouldn't have a problem with having like fish batter tacos,
like deep fried. Maybe if it's deep fried, like Cane's, like I could do that.
Like even my mom has said she doesn't like seafood, but like if I made this, I think she would like it because like my mom doesn't eat seafood like that.
Oh, really?
And like she can't touch like octopus. She can't touch like even kind of the lobster meat. Oysters, she doesn't like the texture of it.
No.
Um,
what were those things? Were those oysters too that we had at the restaurant the other day with my parents? Clams.
No, they were oysters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But again,
I can't do it.
That I wouldn't push you to try.
I can't do it.
I would not push you to try that, but yeah. So then probably my pit is probably the exact same thing. Like my dad, he's so hard to shop for. Not only does he like, he also like has everything because he's just old. That like he, you know what I'm saying? Like they just don't get rid of stuff.
Yeah.
Like if he has like headphones, he'll keep them for like 4 or 5 years.
And then he's like, why do I need new ones? These work. I'm like that too.
Yeah. And
you're the opposite.
So that's the easiest thing for me, which is upgrade something that he has.
Yeah.
But this year it was kind of harder. I don't know. And same thing with clothes. Like he's kind of picky. Like we bought him like really nice jerseys and he likes them because like obviously he's happy, but he still wear like only polos. I'm like,
his work clothes.
Yeah. Like he's just such a dad.
It's because it's his
way.
You
try to get him more comfortable shoes and he only likes like
the Nikes.
Like, and I'm like, well, these are better, Dad. And he's like,
that's how my parents are.
I don't know. Or, hey, Dad, these jeans are nice. He's like, I like these ones from Costco. I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah. Like,
no, literally, my parents get so excited. They're like, look at all the clothes we found at Costco. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
But
that's yeah.
But low key, we're turning into like, they have Adidas and all this stuff at Nike. Costco.
But they are getting nicer stuff.
Yeah. Low key Costco. Low key Costco really be having good clothes.
Yeah. But you kind of got to look around for them, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was your pit, then finding your dad his gift.
I my sisters ended up taking care of it because I just did not have time this year.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But now summer's here, so we kind of have to like change our routines, I feel like.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I feel like the summer like just feels so weird because like we're expecting the heat and it took so long to get here.
Yeah. Usually the heat starts the beginning of June. It took a while this year and it was like in the middle of June, end of June. So it's here now. And I'm scared.
Yeah, my only fear is that it's gonna drag, and like we're just gonna have a hot
winter,
like December.
Yeah,
you know that happened one year. I remember it was miserable.
A hot December.
Yeah, just like I don't know who wants.
It doesn't feel like
Christmas. Like who wants a warm Christmas? Like, and that's what I hate about Arizona sometimes. Like it's just.
And then it's still cold in like March.
Yeah.
So.
So I don't know. Perch of living on the desert, I guess.
Yeah, we haven't had monsoons.
No, we haven't.
So that is going to be...
Those are always fun.
You like them?
No.
I like them.
They knock trees down. Power goes out all the time.
Power out fruity.
Yeah.
I like them because it's like so cool how you can see like a cloud of dust covering the valley, but my mom hates them because I remember when I would live with them, every time we would see like a monsoon coming, she'd go, grab the cojines, like
Yeah.
go outside, grab everything you can.
Basically, put everything inside before it flies away.
Yeah.
No, they get scary here. Like
They get bad.
The trampolines, like on the street. Like
one year, I think our trampoline ended up like way far in the grass area.
wow.
And then I was a little kid, so I was like, yeah, I love them. And my mom was like, no, they're horrible.
You don't know what this means.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
that's funny. That's what I always remember about monsoon season. But, and also for my birthday, every time like when I was younger, we would have like a pool party. There would always be a monsoon. And my mom was like, a ver si no pega un monsoon. And every time she would say that, it would happen.
It would come.
Yeah. And I was
She
like,
would speak it into the universe.
yeah, I was like 10, 12 and like trying to have a good time in the pool. And then the monsoon would come and they would drag us out. And I'm like, no, leave us. We're enjoying it.
But then like the pools get all sandy.
Yeah.
Like you can't even use them.
Yeah, that's the thing is like,
You gotta get that cleaned. Yeah.
I didn't think about that when I was a kid. But now I'm like, if we get a pool one day, like at our house, like we should probably get it covered.
Yeah.
For the monsoon season.
Because if not, they're gonna... They just like look brown.
Yeah.
It's so disgusting.
But I'd rather have monsoons than hurricanes, than earthquakes, because Cali, I don't know what I would do like if the ground started shaking. Like that would freak me out. I've never experienced an earthquake.
Not even when you lived in California?
Never. Well, I was literally 5 months and then I moved here.
Oh.
So I don't remember. But you probably would remember if you were 5 months.
Yeah. No.
Have you experienced an earthquake?
Yeah, when we used to visit my grandma, we would 2 years we were there when it happened. It's pretty scary. It like, I mean, we had like a magnitude 3, like magnitude 2, like
That's
the bare
not too
minimum.
much.
No.
Yeah.
And like I just remember like the walls would shake and then like the little pictures like
everything
would
would fall off.
I mean, not everything, like just whatever was loose.
Yeah.
You know? And to me it's like I just remember always thinking like, oh, when is it gonna stop? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When does like where do you have to go? Like, do you have to go in like a bathtub or like under a doorway?
I mean, if
What do
it's
they
like
say?
that bad, yeah, you're supposed to go. I think it's the bathtub, and then yeah, probably under a doorway because that's where like all the, you know.
I never understood that.
Well, like that's where like all the bearing walls are at, like.
Oh, so that like that part wouldn't.
Right, that's what holds up the whole house. So like it's the last one to go. The bathtub, I just think it's probably the strongest thing. Yeah, you can fit on and without it breaking, you know.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
But they don't get that crazy in California.
I feel okay. I feel like
Mexico
Cali would be
City
is
bad.
worse.
Yeah, like I've heard of some crazy ones out there, but I mean I don't know.
That is insane. Yeah.
But yeah, anything with nature, unpredictable stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
Knock on wood, I haven't experienced one.
Tornadoes definitely would be scared.
I would
of.
watch tornado shows when I was younger, and
The shark tornadoes or just regular tornadoes?
Well, the ones where they would go like they would follow the tornadoes and they would
Oh,
go.
I know what you're talking about.
I never understood that.
What do they call like tornado hunters or something? Yeah.
I'm like, so you're looking for a tornado, you're gonna get inside of it, and then what happens if you get sucked up? You're gonna be recording it the whole time?
Yeah, I probably not the smartest career to follow, but that's fine.
I feel like I should have done that, but yeah, so yeah, summer's here and we got my birthday coming up next month.
What are we gonna do?
We're probably not gonna do anything.
Yeah, probably not.
I think just the restaurant is too busy, like, for us to do anything.
Yeah, the other thing is like we always end up going to Rocky Point. I don't see how we'll be able to. So yeah, this summer's weird.
Rocky Point.
All of our like
traditions that we would have.
Yeah, traditions. That's what it is. Because with you, it's like you cannot outlive a tradition.
No, it's traditions are traditions.
Like even the first time we went without your parents, like you're like, oh, my parents always stop to get this bagel. I'm like, but
yeah, so
we don't have to. You're like, no, but like we always stop to get a bagel. I'm like, right, but we don't have to. But like you don't understand. Like my parents stop to get.
Yeah.
What's your thing when we go to Cali? It's the date shake.
Oh,
you always have to stop to get date
shakes. Yeah.
And then
it's because we like my family and I would go to Rocky Point twice a year since I was little. So those are like kind of like things that I don't know make me feel like home. And you're like, no, we're not doing that.
I wasn't the one that was telling you that. That was Fern. He was really mad at you.
Yeah, my brother was like, no, we don't have time. I'm like, we have to get the bagel. If not, it's not going to feel the same.
And then you're like, we always stop. And Fern was like, well, this is why we're always late when we go with them. I'm like, well, who do I listen to?
But did we stop?
I don't remember if we did. Did we?
I think we did.
We might have.
I was all happy with my bagel all late.
Yeah.
We're missing check-in, but I have my bagel.
So, yeah, that's one big thing. I mean, it's cool to have traditions. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying you cannot.
No.
Like, it totally throws off your whole routine.
It does. It makes me feel sad. I'm like, because we would do this all the time. The date shakes, stopping for the bagels before Rocky Point, and then we have to go to the same Coco spot in Rocky Point every single time, or else it's not a Rocky Point trip.
That place is fire.
It's so good.
We always stop at that same one gas station when we cross the border.
Last time we went to Rocky Point, he was closed, and I think I was crying. I was like,
we cut him open, right?
Huh?
We cut him open?
Like, the day before we left.
Yeah.
But when we got there, it was closed, and I was like, no, this is going to throw off the whole trip.
Yeah. No, that guy's pretty fire.
Yeah. And then we always rent a boat in Rocky Point.
Yep. Last time we went, we got a 5-star luxury yacht or something?
So every time we go with my parents, obviously they get the nice boats. This time we went with our friends. And
I think we just got lied to.
And we were like, first of all, we're not going to pay that much for a boat, you know? So we were like...
You still charge a lot.
It was still very expensive.
I think we got lied to. Like, I think the photos he showed us, like, was probably when that boat was first released. To
30
the public,
years ago.
30 years ago.
It was a whole yacht. I'm like, no, we're getting robbed, you guys.
No, I mean, it was a smaller yacht, but like, we didn't need that big of a yacht or whatever.
The morning of, we're like, you guys, just be prepared that it's going to be a panguita. Like, the smallest boat. And it was. We were like, well, we already paid for it. Well,
not only that, but like, we were on our way there. We stopped to get breakfast. And I had like my Yeti cooler in the back of my truck. I didn't have a bed cover at the time.
So smart of you.
Our friend Daniel, I had like his passport, everything in his backpack. We left it there. I don't know why we left it in the bed of the truck.
Open and exposed for everybody to see. So
and we just got breakfast to go probably. Or I don't know if we ate there.
I don't remember, but it was just
I'm pretty sure
fast.
we were fast.
Yeah, we were so fast. And we had view of the truck too in the restaurant.
And we had everything in there, like everything to survive like 6 hours in the water, like
waters, juices, everything. The snacks, everything we needed.
Yeah. And then we get back and that thing was gone. And I was pretty bummed out because your dad had gifted me that. I'm like, he's gonna think I didn't take care of it, but like it was so quick.
I was so mad at you.
And so we ended up stopping at a gas station to buy sodas and water because we're like, how are we gonna go on 3 hours of boat with no water? And it got warm like within 30 minutes. We didn't
have our cooler.
Yeah.
I was so mad at you. I was like, Edward, like, he just gave you this Yeti cooler. It's so expensive.
Yeah, and I'm like, I understand. And don't get me wrong. Like, I'm already...
And I was like, you know what? We'll have to go to the stores the next day because they're probably selling it there. Like the...
No, we went back after the boat because we were already running late.
Yeah.
So after the boat, we went back and asked the guy. And the guy's like... Oh, yeah, one of the locals probably picked it up. He probably doesn't know what it is. He probably thought you had, like, beer or something in there.
He didn't even know what the cooler...
No, he had no idea what it was. Like, he did not steal it for the cooler being the cooler. Chivis. Yeah, he just wanted what was in there.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, whatever. He's like, take my number. I'll text you if I see it around. I'm like...
Nah.
Yeah, that thing was gone.
But they didn't take our friend's backpack that had all his information.
Because it was black. And it blended with, like, my black bed.
Yeah.
So he got lucky with that.
That was insane.
I am kind of glad it was a cooler because I would have felt really bad. He would have lost his passport. He would have lost probably his wallet.
He would have to stay back. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's crazy, but every time we go to Rocky Point, something happens.
Yeah,
it's tradition. But I think we need to start with our Icks.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the Ick episode, and we're going hard at this. But
yeah, but I think we should clear the air.
Okay, we need to do a disclaimer. Obviously, we both know this about each other. Obviously, we don't...
We joke about it all the time.
We joke about it all the time. It's just something that, like, we don't even care. We just find it funny at this point. Yeah. Like, don't think... Because
it happens so much.
Mm-hmm. Don't think that we're like actually annoyed or we actually hate this about each other.
Or these are
like,
jabs.
Yeah, or jabs. Like this is literally just something funny at this point, and I'll probably get passionate, but don't think I really like am mad about it. 4 years in the relationship, we're accustomed to it now. So
You got a degree in relationships now.
yeah, this is just our little disclaimer. And we just think it's funny, and we think that we should just share it. Because I feel like every relationship, they always have their things that they're just the icks of each other.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with what we think.
We'll each guess one that I think will appear there.
So I'm going to guess something you said about me.
Yeah, you're going to guess something I have on my list. I'm going to guess something you have on
Okay.
your list.
And yeah, you guys, this list, it didn't take me much. Didn't take me long.
I chose my top 5 of 100.
Oh, yeah. See, here it starts. The jokes start. But yeah, so I actually have my icks written down because, I'm going to forget.
Yeah, I do too.
You have them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. So
Let's
who wants to go first?
Well, guess
I need
the
a sip of coffee before we start.
Okay, guess your first one.
So I'm going to guess one that you said about me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think one you said about me is probably how long I take to do everything. And
No.
are you going to add it to your list now?
Nope. Yeah. That was number 6, but we're going to cut it off at 5.
Okay, so
Nope, I didn't say that.
I'm surprised.
I know.
Okay,
I mean, that just comes with I feel like every guy struggles with that.
yeah.
Just waiting in the car while we're running 45 minutes late already. Yeah.
Okay, and what is one that
For sure.
that you think I'm going to say about you?
How I brush my teeth, because I wake up with a lot of energy in the morning. So, I don't pay much attention, but, you don't wake up with any energy. And you for sure are, you just... There's no way you didn't bring that up.
Yes. And ding, 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 ding. That is one on my list.
Yep. I knew it.
I wake up and it takes me probably 15 to 20 minutes to fully wake up. I'll be awake.
Functional.
To be functional, to be comprehensive, Edward literally, as soon as he opens his eyes, he has he's at 100. And I do not.
I'll sing.
He's right away. He's like, ah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I cannot.
It at least takes you an hour to wake up.
To be fully, hey, I'm there. And that's why, honestly, since we're filming the podcast in the morning, we're kind of we should do it a little bit more later because my energy's off in the morning, you guys. My energy is not there. I wake up and I'm always just staring you down.
Yeah.
I'm always pissed.
Yeah.
And then I'm 30 minutes later, I'm
half the time
baby.
I'm you probably had a dream that I punched you and you thought I did.
Yeah. Half the time I'm I had a dream that you were cheating on me, and then
you actually wake up mad.
I actually wake up mad, and then after I'm can I have a hug? And then you're I thought you were mad. So that is definitely one of my icks, that you wake up with so much energy in the morning.
That's one of your icks?
Yeah.
Wow.
One of my icks is that you wake up with so much energy.
How is that a bad thing?
You just wake up and you're hello? And I'm dude, I'm literally sleeping. Leave me alone. Actually didn't put that on my list, but that's definitely an ick of
what?
The way you brush your teeth.
Well, that's part of the morning routine. So it definitely falls on that.
Yeah, the way you brush your teeth is the biggest ick.
Okay, so
now your turn. You gotta go. I'm scared.
My first one is that.
I'm literally nervous.
No matter what you get to eat, you just need me to have a bite of it. I don't know if it's because you want a bite out of mine, but even yesterday, I was I'm so glad I put this in there. You were halfway done with your orange chicken from Trader Joe's. You're I'm no, I'm good. And you're no. I'm no, I'm literally so full. You're I'm don't feel guilty because you're eating it. I don't care.
I think that's my motherly instinct that I'm I just try it.
Yeah, but I've tried it, and I've tried it, and it's anything you have on you. I don't know if you just feel guilty for eating it in front of me, and I'm I promise, I know it's the last thing.
Definitely not that.
Well, I'm like, maybe she thinks it's the last thing and I should have some. I'm like, I don't care. You can have it. Or what? Or but for sure at the restaurants, I know you just want to bite out of mine.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, try mine. It wasn't as good as yours. I'm like,
yeah.
well,
I'm just like, I'm enjoying this so much. I want him to be enjoying it too.
no, that is not why you do it. Because the thing is like, if you just kind of, if I go no, and then you ask again because you're like, oh, maybe he was shy. Like a second time, I'd
maybe
be like,
we're
okay.
with people.
After the second time, you would just stop. But then here you are, like 4 or 5 like questions. You'd be like,
I'm having.
I'm like, this is a lot.
I'm
like, we honestly probably almost fight each other about it.
Have a bite before I
Yeah.
swing you across
Yeah.
this table. Have a bite of my Caesar salad because it's the best one.
Doesn't look good. I'm like, I'm not trying that.
Okay, so one of my icks is probably how like when we go to the mall and like I like to shop around, look around, and you're just like so anxious. You're not patient. Like you're like, let's go to Target. I'm like, okay, I'm down. You go to Target, you see one aisle and you're like, okay, I'm good, let's go. I'm like, no, I need to do like the whole round of the store.
I don't need to see everything that Target sells.
Yeah. And my thing is like, I want to see everything. So you're so anxious.
I can see that, yeah.
You're so anxious. And so when you're like, let's go to Target, I'm like, I already know we're going to go in there for 5 minutes. And then he's going to be like, okay, let's go. I'm ready.
That's why you need to go 15 minutes before and I'll meet you there.
Yeah. So that is definitely another ick that I have.
Okay. I can see that one.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we can work on that.
Oh, yeah, this one's good.
Uh-oh.
We actually talked about this on the podcast, but you're just the person that like people fear at like restaurants and places. You'll be asking like you'll get there and then you put them through an SAT test. Like if they need to get into college, you go, hi, out of these 100 items, which one do you recommend? And then they'll go, well, I recommend this one. And then they'll go, well, how about a gluten-free one? And then they're like, okay, so out of the 100 that I just went through, okay, the only gluten-free one I recommend is this. You go, see, my go-to is this. And then they're like, oh, that one's good. We like that one.
Okay, so I just asked too many questions to
No.
workers.
You take 30 minutes of their time, and then you go, but I'll take the first one you said. And I'm like, literally just...
I love that about myself, though.
No.
I get to know so much.
And you can just see people like die inside. They're like, I can't believe 30 minutes of my time are gone.
And people do that to me after Tilandia.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I have to just take it out of my system.
Nothing made me happier than when that lady called and asked you to name her everything on the menu. And you had to sit there, look at the screens and name everything. So I'm like, this is you.
I think halfway I was like, lady, the menu is on the website.
Yeah.
I repeat, the menu's on the website. Just check it. I'm done.
Yeah. But
So
that's how you are. So you get your payback.
Yeah.
You get your karma.
So that's definitely one of your icks.
Yeah.
Okay. One ick I have of you is your yelling when you're gaming is absolutely
It
the
cannot
biggest
be that
ick.
Bad. It can't be that bad.
It is so annoying. Like, when you're yelling with everything you have inside. And I'm like, oh my God, he's probably really angry, purple. I walk in as soon as he's done yelling and he's like with a smile. I'm like, how are you just so...
it's like small bursts. Like the round is over. Like, and it messed up because of one guy.
I don't get it. And he just takes everything out and then you turn off and you're like normal. I'm like, dude, if I'm at 100, it's going to take me a while to get back to normal. If I'm like angry.
Well, I'll get at 100 when that round's over. Then you try again.
I can't. It's just like I'm either on the treadmill or washing the dishes and all I hear is, get him.
Well, like I'm like, we're telling somebody he's right. He starts going left and it's like, you don't understand.
Definitely
There's a lot
ick.
of pressure and we play as a team. Whoever's not pulling their weight is getting screamed at. Simple as that.
Definitely an ick. You need to stop that.
You need to throw on my headset one time and you will understand. You'll start getting pissed yourself.
I've told them before, throw me on the headset and I just want to start yelling at these guys. But you said that they're going to be mean to me. So
yeah, like
I'll probably end up crying. Why are they
online
yelling
gaming
at
is
me?
no joke.
Yeah, they're really rude to each other.
As soon as they hear a woman on there, they'll start roasting you. I don't know why. But
you're very mean to people too on there.
No, only like people that are on my team, like my cousins and stuff.
Yeah.
But like people online, like from other teams, can hear you. Like the moment they'll hear you, they'll start throwing some nasty things your way.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Like sometimes we'll be gaming and then like a girl will be like hee hee hee, like she'll cut into the mic and everybody's like, go start the dishwasher, like you cannot be working. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, I would absolutely.
I didn't game for like 4 or 5 years because like of college and stuff. Like I
don't believe it.
No, I swear I didn't. I didn't even like buy the newest console on purpose because like I knew I was gonna get sucked into it. So I thought all that had died because like back in the day, like Call of Duty lobbies, like racism, everything. Okay, super bad. So I was like, oh, that's dead. Hop back. That it's still the same. It's the exact same.
I honestly tell Edward, I'm like, how do people not say, like, they get so angry, and I'm like, have they ever met up in real life and fought each other? Because
there's no way they haven't.
Because it gets bad.
I guarantee there's people that have
throw shots at like anything. So I'm like, there has to be a story that people actually met up in real life.
In a way, like if you're not good at, in a sense, like good at, or if your gaming's not getting better, you might as well not play because people are gonna be rude.
Okay.
But well, is it my turn again?
It's your turn.
Okay, this I used to hate this about people, but now I just kind of went numb because I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna call you out on that.
I'm so nervous.
But it used to be worse. But I think you kind of noticed that I noticed it too much. But how loud you chew!
My God!
And especially if something's hot, you'd be like, I'm like,
yeah.
Oh my God!
It could be a solid, but it sounds like I'm eating a soup. I'm like,
yeah. You're like, I'm like, I cannot be like.
It could
just
be a pizza, but I'm like
30 minutes of a meal with somebody like that. I can't. I used to, like back in the day, I used to be like, okay, this person chews loudly. I'll never eat food around them again. Okay, like this person. If it was like somebody in my family, I'd be like, hey, you sound like a cow. You
said that to me like a year in we started dating. I was like, that's it. I'm calling it.
I did not say that. I showed you a video. I was like, I always used to tell people that chewed loud that they chewed like cows. And I showed you a video and they're like, and you're like, is that what I sound like? I'm like,
it's a cute cow though.
Yeah.
So I didn't notice that I did that, to be honest with you. So I'm kind of glad you told me. But sometimes like the food is so good, you just got to savor it. And I'm like, Edward, plug your ears. I'm going to savor this.
And I get that. But like, when we're like in public, like nobody wants to be hearing like, ooh. And
now that you pointed out to me, I have people in my life that do that. I won't call them out.
Trust me, I already figured out who it was.
Talking about?
But honestly, one took me a long time to figure out until you pointed out. I'm like, you're becoming like me.
Okay. And I call this person out, and they get so butthurt, and I'm like, dude, it's so bad. I'm like, that's all I hear when I'm eating my food. It's so bad, but I'm not gonna say this person, but let me tell you.
But I don't know, maybe I just got that drilled in my head. Like my mom hated when I chewed with my mouth open. Like she'd be so mad.
Let me tell you that if I could get this person on and just chewing on the mic, we'd probably go viral. ASMR. Yeah, it would be an ASMR, but we would probably go so viral. We would get
canceled.
I'd get canceled, but I would be so viral. It would be amazing. So
yeah,
I don't have any more icks.
You said we were doing 5.
Did I say that? Your energy in the morning?
Yeah, you did.
I think I ran out.
Huh?
Oh, okay. So another ick that I have is you forget when I tell you to do something, you forget to do it. Like the biggest fight, we don't fight about this, but the biggest thing is like, I just need him to put
the salt in
the water softener system because the bags are really heavy. I can't do it. First of all, I have to tell him 3 weeks in advance, buy the salt at Sam's Club. Buy the salt at Sam's Club every day. He still forgets.
I always have a full cart. And I'm like, and since it's so heavy, I'm like, I'll get it at the end and I just forget.
Sure. I
do.
He forgets to buy the salt at Sam's Club.
And then it sits in the garage for like 2 weeks.
And then it's in the garage. One time it was a month. And I had to put notes everywhere. Don't forget to put the salt today, baby.
But see, it worked out. Because I was able to do it.
That is one of my biggest icks. And then probably like when you cut the grass, you don't know how to cut the grass.
I didn't know how to do it, but
He left you left all the
the
trash on the
it's
grass.
not a vacuum.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So it just cuts the grass. So it was laying there. So the next day I was gonna go buy those like leaf rakes or whatever.
Yeah.
And then put it on
Sure
the thing,
you
and
were.
then you call the gardener.
Sure.
I'm like,
The landscaper, babe.
oh yeah, the
gardener.
landscaper.
He
And I was like, I obviously have to pick it up. I'm not gonna go through that whole section of grass.
First of all, we moved into this house that has real grass. You have cut grass before, but not at this house. You're cutting the grass for the first time at this house in the middle of the night, which I don't know why you decided to do that.
It became night. I started with light.
Okay, and then it was the middle of the night. I'm like, he can't even see anything at this
Yes,
point.
I can.
He couldn't see anything.
Because I was working based on my work.
Oh, I see. He cut the grass. He left all the grass on there. Never got to it. And I was like, I'm just going
It
to
was
call
one
the
day.
landscaper.
I'm not gonna go to Home Depot the next
So
day.
we learned our lesson. You're not cutting the grass anymore. We're going to hire that out,
I
babe.
just have to get a leaf rake and a black bag. That's it. Only difference.
Oh, okay. So that I'm done with my Icks. I got it off my chest. I'm feeling
Don't
good.
I have one left?
I'm feeling revived.
Well, you're at 4. I have to get my 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know which one's good. Oh, I'm gonna leave one out to put this one in.
Okay, go.
But it is. I understand. All girls like being babied, right? But when you get sick, like you just have to make it known you're sick. Like if I'm sitting on the couch, like you'll throw yourself and like you would think like ER like has to be like moved to the house.
Bring the stretcher out.
Yeah, and in particular, it is when like your stomach hurts because like
Oh, yeah.
even though you have a super sensitive stomach,
Yeah.
I go, hey, you probably shouldn't be having that one talkie.
One
Like,
talkie
you're like,
knocks
oh,
me out.
You're like, oh no, I'll be fine. Then 3 a.m. comes around and I wake up to like you slamming the light switch, and I'm like, who's dying in here? And then I see you're like borderline fainting. And since I personally think that you trip your mind so much of how far you're taking your pain that it makes it worse. Like it has to. Like I know for a fact when I'm sick, like I have to stop thinking about being sick or I get worse. And you're thinking so much about how much your stomach hurts that you start fainting.
Or how much I want to throw up.
Yeah, and you bump into like all the furniture. You knock down the water you brought to drink at the night. So it's 4 a.m. I'm cleaning water. I'm like,
Not throw up, water.
yeah, the water you knocked everywhere because you bumped into the furniture because you're fainting.
Because I'm like, I'm about to faint.
Yeah.
I'm about to faint.
And then, so I have to get a towel. I have to dry everything. I have to move all the jewelry off the top. I have to get all the perfumes off. I have to dry, turn on the fan so it dries quicker.
Everything goes black for me.
Yeah, dry the carpet. And not only that, like, go check on you. All for you to be like, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. I'm like, you're clearly dying.
I have anything spicy or anything greasy, my stomach hurts, and like in the middle of the night, I'm just feeling horrible and I literally want to go to the hospital. And Edward's just sleeping like a baby. And I'm like, he needs to go through this
Why
pain
did you
with me.
recently want to go to the ER? Oh my God, because you had air on your back.
Oh yeah, I had air the other day in my back. I didn't even know that was a thing. How do you get air in your back?
Like you just like
Maybe I was
breathe
laughing.
wrong or something. I don't know. And I'm like, Brandon, I'm like, you
And
don't
we
need
were-
to go to the ER.
We were on our way to the movies, and I'm like, oh my God, if I tell him I need to go to the ER instead of the movies, he's gonna be like,
Which one were you watching that time? It was Transformers.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna be so annoyed. So I'm like, I'm just gonna freaking suck it up. And I'm like, Edward, after we get out of the movies, I think I'm gonna go to the emergency room. You were like, you're so dramatic. Just burp it out and you'll be fine.
Yeah, so we
And
got you a Perrier.
I had a mineral water, sipping in the mineral water in the car, and I'm like,
and then you were fine. You were revived.
I was like, oh, it was just a burp.
I should have charged you ER
Fees.
fees for the consult.
I don't even know when I get pregnant and I have a baby, those are going to be the longest 9 months for you. Because I will be making sure that you know my pain every single day.
I'm really glad your parents don't have anybody at home. We're shipping you back FedEx overnight.
Imagine I'm like, I'm back. No, you're coming with me.
Yeah.
So, do you feel better? You got him off your chest?
Yeah, I mean, at first you had said 20, so I had 20, but
You're so dumb.
no, I'm
No.
just kidding. Those are good ones.
Yeah, so those are our icks
Maybe
of each
maybe
other.
we'll get a request for part 2, and then we can do a full episode of them.
Yeah, the real ones, you guys, the real ones.
The
We were very light today. It was algo leve.
that this was like just ripping off the little band-aid.
Yeah. So maybe another
That one's
episode.
stitching the wound.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching or listening to this episode. If you guys are watching on our YouTube channel, we also are on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Don't forget to.
And then someone told us that for Android, we're on something else, right? Like,
yeah, Android Podcast.
yeah, I guess
idea.
Android has like an app.
But that's
so
awesome.
That's pretty cool.
So it would mean the world to us if you guys left a review, liked it,
Or
subscribed. And let us know what you guys thought about this episode. Let us know your favorite parts, what you guys thought about Edward's icks, and what you guys thought about my icks, and if you guys relate to this. So we'll see you guys in the next episode. Have an amazing week.